Hi everyone, it's Killshot99 Gaming. This is Play Dead Live, original Crowley's Farm. Step number 2, it's going to be hard. This is an encore from last week. We had a great time last week, as you guys remember. After you, I wouldn't say escaped the asylum, I'd say that the walls kind of crashed around you. We were on the path to Crowley's Farm, and that path had a fork in the road. We saw some blast from the past, and I don't think tonight is going to be much different. I remember as you guys were chilling around the campfire, things got a little crazy, literally. Before we get into it, do want to do a super chat shout out. We got Valar in the house. Hello, 999 Army Kills Great Mods channel members and all the cool stuff we do. Thank you so much. Buckle up. Hopefully, you guys are here to have a good time. Before we start, I do want to give you on time XP. Remember, XP is how you level up in Play Dead Live. So if you can type Quest Club in chat right now, because many of you are a member of the Quest Club, which means you are automatically signed up to get your XP and to go along in the adventure. So make sure we get that Quest Club in there. There's going to be some nice individual accolades, which would be really, really cool. Great music, as always. And hopefully you sent me a CRS. If you didn't, you got no gear on. So there. Remember, you got to send that CRS before we play. So some of y'all are you wearing your Daisy Dukes and a t-shirt in tonight, and you got no armor. All right, so give me your pre-match buffs with that being said, and I'm going to remind you where we left it. Pre-match buffs, please. Second timer, you've got the beholder chasing you from the left, and you've got something over on the right. What is tonight's theme, Valar? All right, type it in chat. You might get some extra XP. We've got Julie going to summon Mythic Nolan, H9, standard ammo, red gel to the beholder. 15 seconds. 15 seconds to get your move in. Mythic Thorn from Jim. Monster Grenade. H9 to the Beholder. Ten seconds. Five seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you did not get your move in already, it does not count. If you attack the Beholder without shielding your eyes, which is everyone except Bones, Ron, and Dr. Die, give me a res and restore. The Beholder has disintegrated you. Ron goes over and pats the horse. Ron. You are zombified. Ron touched the dead horse, and now Ron is a zombie. And he is moving over to attack the group. All right, round number 2. Get your moves in. 20 seconds. Julie gonna try a heel smoke on Ron. No use. My Walking Dead knowledge tells me there's only one way to stop a zombie. 15 seconds. All right, we got plenty of attacks. Shielding eyes. Beholders. Ron, pick a player. Dimes. Ron has crawled over and bit Dimes on the ankle. Now we got 2 zombies. And a zombie horse. Round number 3. Get your moves in, everybody. 20 seconds. All right, Julia's shielding eyes and trying to shoot Ron in the head. Okay. Shielding eyes, Gold Thorn, Nightmare to the horse. Tiny shields eyes, Monster Beholder, turn around, whammo, red gel to Ron's head. There you go. All right. Cat spins around, does a 180, shoots Ron in the head. It works. Julia, pick a number, 1 to 4. All right, number is 2. You missed because you had your eyes closed. Tiny, res and restore. Ron, res and restore. You got shot in the head. You're back to normal. Valar, split shot. Deadly Dimes, res and restore. All right, Ron and Dimes are back with the group. All right, round number 4. Beholders backed off a little bit. Seconds. Get your moves in. Shielding Eyes, Gold Gust, the Zombie Horse, and the Beholder. H9, Whammo, Red Gel to the Horse. Silver Spark, Emo Blaine to Beholder. M7, Standard Ammo to the Beholder. Julie again firing with her eyes closed. Mortal Raynu, Beholder and Zombie Horse, Shield Eyes. Azar. To Mr. Ed. Oh, okay, I see what you did there. H9 Monster to the Beholder. Ron going to try to enter the bathhouse. Ron, you touch the building. And it disappears as if it was not there. You touch and it gets a little buzz and it's gone. All right, we got Immortal Stern to Amos and Butch. Jim going to shield eyes from the Beholder and throw a Trixie. Ron, H9 standard ammo to Butch. Dr. Dye, shield eyes, Wedding Crasher loaded to the Beholder. Kel going to try to check out the hotel, not so fast. Amos swings the lasso. Got Kel tied to a barrel. Stern to Amos and Butch. T10 to Amos and Butch. Shield eyes, red Stern to the Cowboys. S8 Bunko to the Cowboy. Dimes, or Bones, is not even looking in Beholder's direction, but is going to close her eyes while throwing a grenade. We'll see how that works out. Gold Stern to Amos and Butch. H9 Bunko. Trixie to both. All right, everybody is unshielded. Kel, you have been lassoed by Amos, and Butch takes a shot. It's a free shot, res and restore. You are now back with the group, round number 2. Round number 2, 20 seconds. Get your moves in. Father Ron, Mythic Thorn, H9 standard ammo, red gel to Butch. It hits. T10 Bunko to Amos and Butch from Dr. Dye. Petro to the Beholder, H9 Bunko, Amos and Butch. Minor damage. Trixie's and Bunko, they are hitting. They're just not hitting hard. T10 Trixie to both from Gemstone. There you go. Bone's going to load up S8 Whammo from the Summer Soldier to Butch. Mythic Armand to Butch and Amos. Thorn H9. Goliath to Amos. Tiny Petro to Beholder. Knock back. Gold Scold. Valar getting that absorption. All right, everybody give me a number from 1 to 20. First number is 10. Second number is 10. And the third number is 10, the trifecta. And then number 12. Valar. You are lassoed to the barrel. Valar's tied to the barrel. No attack this turn for Valar. Round number 3, get your moves in. Fifteen seconds. All right, Julia's going to try to cut Villar's rope. Ron going to jump up with a dark shadow. Try to get that lasso. We'll see how that works. Kel going to go over and try to untie Villar as well. Gold Nolan, M7, Monster to Butch. Dr. Dye breaking out the Shadow Knight. Which target, Dr. Dye? Tiny Red Nolan, Monster to Butch. Ron, give me a number from 1 to 10. Amos is pretty quick with the rope. So you got a 10% chance to cut his lasso. Ron picks 7. Number is 2. Ron, no luck. And because you didn't have any luck, Kel, Villar, and Julia all tied up to the barrel. All right, Kel, Villar, and Julia on the count of 3. I need you all to pick odd or even on the count of 3. Villar going to use the Joker. Probably should have saved it. Let's roll it again. It is 6. Close. All right, Villar, Kel, and Julia on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Odd, even. Villar, res and restore. Butch shot you again. Good news is, you died and you're not tied. All right, next round. 20 seconds. Get your move in. Beholder's moving closer. Amos is swinging his lasso. Butch is reloading. $15 seconds. Gold Nitro to Amos. H9, standard ammo, red gel. Got a couple monsters going to Amos. Gold Spark, red Petro. M7 red gel. S8. Gas blast to Beholder. Bones trying to shoot Butch in his red eye. Lance, H9 Super Whammo, red gel to Butch. Red Nitro to Butch. The Jellyfish to Butch. Kel going to bring out red Nolan, H9 Monster. Red Nolan Monster to Amos. Amos is taking some damage. All right, Kel and Julia, count of 3. Type odd or even. 1, 2, 3. It is even. Kel, res and restore. You're starting to see sparks from the buildings, sparks from all of the buildings. Next round, 20-second timer. Beholder inching closer. Silver Spark, Gold Nolan, T10 Monster to Amos. Red Saban, H9 loaded to Amos from Dr. Dye. Kel Nolan, Arc Spark, Archon Smoke, T10 Monster to Amos. Mythic Rage, H9 Grizzly to Amos. Ron going to activate the Vox Mask. He's flying. All right, we're going to see. See if Amos can get him with the lasso. Blue Spark, Seal and Thrill. Dimes and Tiny, Arc Smoke Scold, Standard Ammo to Amos. Valar, Cosmic Kuma, H9, Monster to Amos. All right, he is damaged, but he is not incapacitated. So he's going to try to catch Ron by the ankle with the lasso while Ron's trying to get to that building. Ron, because you know he has the lasso, I'm going to give you a 50-50 chance, all right? Odd or even, Ron. Pick right, you'll avoid the lasso. If not, he's going to have you wrapped around the ankle. Ron picking odd. It is odd. Father Ron making his way to the building. He touches the building. They all disappear. Butch and Amos seem to be confused by the illusion, as is the beholder. But where the building used to be, there is a path. "20 seconds. All right, crafty veterans will remember in the original Crowley's Farm, the buildings were all illusions into the desert. But it's not the same. Father Ron doing what must be done. Father Ron taking aim. The zombie is taking a step closer. M7 standard ammo red gel. Aimed right at missed. Ron fires. Does a hit. Apparently it does. I thought Ark might want to tame the zombie, but apparently zombie mist is dead. All right. Round number 2. Zombies moving closer. Get your move in. Gold Primus. S6 standard ammo red gel. All right. While you're in the middle of attacking, you hear a sound from above. Everybody pick a number 1 to 4. All right. If you pick number 4, you are dead. Homing pigeons carrying bombs just swooped down and exploded and turned into ash. Round number 2. Get your moves in. 20 seconds. F5 standard ammo red gel to the zombie on the right. Shadow Knight standard ammo red gel from Dr. Die gold lance. Red gel to zombie. Both zombies have been exterminated. Direct shots by the group. Everybody pick a number from 1 to 3. 1 to 3. Still missing a couple numbers. Get your numbers in. All right, if you picked number 2, Resin Restore, homing missiles zoomed in before you could even see them, fell to the ground and turned to ash, not before killing you. "20 seconds. Get your moves in. 20 seconds. All right, as you move down the path, ground starts to shake a little bit. Now it's shaking a little more than a little bit. It's shaking a lot. You feel more heat than you've ever felt in your life. You are burning, sweating through your armor. You feel like your body and everything on it is going to melt. The birds disintegrate. And from the ashes rises the phoenix. Ron, flight smoke. Ron melts on contact. Resin Restore Ron. All right, 20-second timer. Get your moves in. "15 seconds. All right, a lot of attacks. The Phoenix turns the ground into molten lava. Everybody, res and restore. You died by molten lava, not by the Phoenix. Round 2. Get your moves in. 20 seconds. The ground has solidified again. Ten seconds. All right, we've got Bones chilling the ground and throwing a spruce at the Phoenix. Kel asking for forgiveness, while Ron climbs the fence and throws a navy. Dimes climbing the fence, throwing a navy. Jim going to chill and thrill. Busy looking for iron rocks to throw at the Phoenix. Valar Dune to Phoenix. Diana Ace to Roxy. Ace as a Roxy. Shooting the Phoenix. Julia going to gold spark herself, trying to move past quickly. Cat going to flight smoke. And Tiny on the fence. Sounds about as mixed as you can possibly get. Julia gets to about right there. All right. After he takes damage, possibly a little bit of pain, a loud screech. It is so loud, it knocks Ron and Dimes back to the ground. The Phoenix turns the ground into fire. Fiery lava. Everybody res and restore yet again. Still no attack. But the ground is a fire pit. 2,000 degrees. Round 3. 20 seconds. Get your moves in. Ron a speed motion. Sly smoke down the path. Bones, warp smoke down the path. Gold Spark, Dr. Die, move down the path. Gold Spark, Speed Potion, Valar. Busy with a Speed Potion. Julia, Kel, all Speed Potions, Sly. Warp Smoke, down the path. Speed Potion. All right, after the group has passed, the Phoenix turns the ash back into lava and disappears into its own habitat. And the group moves on. Now, I will say, all of that path is starting to turn to lava because the Phoenix just went back under. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to make your move. Stay on the path or get off the path. 5, 4, 3, 2. Run where? Where are you running? Running further down the path? All right, if you ran and stayed on the path, res and restore. If you went over to the field, you lived. I mean, that path is awfully gray, awfully black, awfully ash. All right. Now I need a consensus. Is the group going left or is the group going right? Because the ground's starting to shake again, so hopefully y'all come up with a consensus. It's shaking a lot. All right, still waiting on a couple more. Let's make sure we got the entire group ready to go. All right, right it is. maybe you made the right choice. All right. Kel, in the wilderness, not leaving well enough alone. Resin Restore. She touches a sacred egg. What are you doing? Kel, eaten by an alligator. All right. And now, if the Gators have gotten a little taste of humanity, they're looking for more. All of y'all have a sinking feeling, and you're starting to go under. All right, everybody. Give me a number from 1 to 20. Get our die ready. Number 15. That's, that's about as wonderful a number and as appropriate a number as one could ever hope for. Oh, the irony. Let's roll again, though. Number 17. Number 3. And number 15 again. Oh, my goodness. Watch this. Kale, res and restore. Kale, after you res and restore. Res and restore again. Eaten by 2 alligators. Wow, stuck in the quicksand. You can't even move away. You can't even zigzag. All right. Now, listen to Kel. She gonna have a plan to save all of y'all. So Kel, give them your best advice. Make sure you give them good advice. You got to save them. Because right now, all of y'all are stuck in the swamp. She touched the egg and pissed them off, and now they're looking for food. Round number 2. Everybody get your moves in. You are now all about chest deep. Ten seconds. There you go, Ron. Ron's looking for a kayak. That's funny. All right. Throwing rope, grabbing a paddle. Kel trying to get to shore. Jim trying to sly smoke. Grab the rock next to her. Valar trying to slowly grab something. Valar, what is this something? Valar, you are right there between 2 gators. The only thing you're going to grab is one of those 2 gators. And Cat's like, screw it, I need a new handbag. Cat throwing the bunco to 2 of them. All right, let's see. Now you got to pay attention to your surroundings. All right, first of all, Dimes, you ain't nowhere close to a rock. Tiny is. Tiny's got one hand trying to climb up. Jim, close to a rock, trying to climb up. Valar, res and restore. And then go back and join the group. Valar tried to grab something, happened to be a gator. Not a good idea. You should have remained very still. Cat throwing the bunco. Knocked them back, pissed them off a little bit. Now they're thinking, is this dangerous or should I get away? We'll get back to that decision in a little bit. Ron, there is no kayak, but you do orange crush them just a little bit to move them back for now. All right, 3 of them have been attacked. So let's go to round number 3. 20 seconds. Get your moves in. Grizz to 1. It's eaten immediately. Busy. Kel, will you tell Busy what happens when you have small pets around alligators? Dimes. Grizz to a gator. Kel, will you tell Dimes what happens when you have small pets around a gator? All right. Dimes. Devoured. Ron trying to. Luckily, Ron, that gator's beside you. Saw Dimes put that Grizz there. Busy. You're devoured. The other 2 are sitting back thinking. Kel, will you tell Dr. Dye what happens when you have pets around alligators? All right. We've seen that. We've seen that movie before. All right. Dr. Dye, res and restore. Ron, as you are getting closer to the edge of the quicksanded area, there's a, you feel something feels like a bottle. All right, let's go to round number 3. Round number 3, get your moves in. Ron, it has a lot of smoke in that bottle, but nothing like anything you've seen before. Dime's going to try to sly smoke to the rock. Jim, sly smoke to the rock. Ron opens the bottle. Okay. Ron, the whole swampy area is starting to fill up with, you see all that smoke in the back? Ron just released it. And the lizard wizard appears. All right, Julia trying to zigzag. Round number 4. Type your moves. You're like, hey, dude, what's in your book? Really? That's your priority right now? Your friends are being devoured by gators. You got a mysterious smoke there. And the best you can do is, hey, dude, what's in the book? All right. Tiny zigzagging. Ron asked for safe passage. All right. Ron, this is important, okay? Now, Ron, he offers to give you safe passage on one condition. He says, when the time comes, you must kneel and pray for the group. And you'll know when that time comes. Is it a deal? All right, it is a deal. The gators are levitating. The smoke is rising and has now formed a dome over the top of the group. It is now safe to either move or to assist those that are not able to move. Maybe they're still stuck. Busy. Restore. You just got obliterated. What kind of insult is 10 dead dimes? 10. 10 dead dimes. Not 10,000. 10 dead dimes. To a lizard wizard. All right, looks like we are using some talons, using some rope. Bones offered 30. Oh, my goodness. Okay, hold on. Now we're talking. 30K, Jim, 100K. Dimes 30K. All right, looks like there's quite a stack of dead dimes up on his little desk there. Ron was granted a favor. Jim was granted passage. Tiny. Dimes. Kel. Bones. Julia. Doc. Football. Busy. And Villar says, let me see if I can get past for 5K discount. Was 30K the bar? Villar, res and restore. You cheap bastard. Well, I mean, you could try to sneak past. Bones says she's got you covered. All right, Ron says, I didn't set the bar, y'all did. I mean, y'all might have been able to pass for none. It was just when people started setting the bar, it looked kind of appealing to the lizard wizard. Whose idea was it to start a tribute anyway? All right, but maybe that'll help in the future. Maybe you'll run into the lizard wizard again, and he'll remember the gestures. All right, one thing he did do was he moved those gators, and all that smoke that Ron released is now a dome over the top of the immediate area, and it looks a little something like this. A lot of echoes. Someone, say something. Ooh, hazy. Cool. Looks cold. Hello. I like that. It's quiet. You can hear a pin drop. Rad. London. All right, it is time to move deeper into the dome. Do we have any priest here, by the way? Oh, we have two. Ron and Animal. Bones, rather restore. 20-second timer for the group. Bones summoned. Horatio. 20-second timer. Ron, your knees are dirty. Apparently, it was not time. I guess they were wrong by saying you would know when it's time. All right. If you prayed, you are slayed. This is not the idol you want to pray to. Res and restore. If you're praying, you're a sitting duck. H9, Super Whammer Red Gel to Horatio from Julia. Ron, trying to throw a navy at the candle. Now, Bones is holding that candle. So we'll get to that in a second. But Bones is holding the candle, and Ron sees it, and he like throws it right at her. Bones, res and restore. Because yeah, it's fun. It's fun to res and restore when someone from your group throws a grenade at your face. H9 Goliath to Horatio. Stand. Oh, Bones, res and restore again. Joe shot you in the face. Y'all realize she is holding this candle, right? There's got to be a better way. Too late on the psycho. She was already shot in the face, Julia. Ah, there you go. T10 Goliath to Horatio. Bones going to put the candle back. All right, everybody give me a number from 1 to 20. This is the Horatio Stampede. It is not preventable. Just hope that you don't get the number. Number is 1. Number 1. Whew, nobody got it. That was fortunate. All right. Round number 2, 20-second timer. Get your moves in. Animal T10 Monster loaded to Horatio. Football. Grizz Gas Blast to Horatio. Dr. Die Gold Rage T10 Goliath. Bones Gold Dark Misha T10. Monster loaded. Gas Blast from Dimes. S8 Goliath loaded. Ron going to try to head toward the church. Slow moving. Feel like you're walking backwards, Ron. Some kind of magic here. Villar breaking out the R12. R12 Monster to Horatio. Red Dark Misha. Arc Spark, Sealing Thrill, T10, Grizzly loaded. Kel going to try to blow out the candle. This ain't no birthday cake. Kel goes to blow out the candle. The fire separates itself from the candle, Kel. Turns into a fireball. And comes back and smokes your face, Resin Restore. Super Thrill H9 Vapor to Horatio. Tiny Standard Ammo Red Gel to Horatio. Cat H9 Whammo Red Gel to Horatio. All right, Stampede time. Everybody give me a number from 1 to 20. Number is 19. I didn't see Kat's number, but we'll assume she would have rolled 19 because that's what she picked before. Kat, you are stampeded. Now, Kat, you must pick a second player. All right, we might have lost Kat. Kat has to pick a second player. All right. Kat's lagging. Villar didn't get to roll. Let's pick Villar. All right. Kat and Villar both stampeded. Resin Restore. And you are frozen. Round number 3. 20-second timer. Get your moves in. Think about where you are and think about your moves. Fifteen seconds. Ron, we'll get back to you in a second. How do you politely sneak, Dimes? I don't know if that's polite at all. Dimes, me and Tiny politely sneak. We'll get back to you in a second, too. 30H9 Rapture to Horatio. Mythic Rage. M7 Holy Grenade. Res Revenge Loaded. S8 Goliath. Julia shopping at Lululemon. S8 Monster Loaded. S8 Goliath. Kel going to offer the candle to Horatio after Ron has covered it in mud. Kel offers a muddy, dimmed out candle. Y'all are super coordinated tonight. Ron, it works. But he is enraged. Half the size, double the damage. Everybody, pick a number 1 to 20. The first 4 players whose number comes up will die. And Horatio will turn to smoke. First number is number 5. No one. Number 15 and number 8. Kel. Dead. Number 8, nobody. 3 more numbers to roll. Number 19. Number 16. Julia. Res and Restore. Number 10. Number 11. Dimes, Res and Restore. And Cat, Kel, Julia, and Dimes, all Res and Restore. Horatio has evaporated into smoke. Not dead, but gone. Ron and Animal. You hear what appears, sounds like a celestial voice coming from the north. Animal and Ron. It is time. The spirit of Animal and Father Ron have left their body. Crowley has disappeared. Grady has disappeared. And it appears to be going toward the top of that temple. The group has 20 seconds. And by the way, I wouldn't leave their lifeless bodies behind. Their bodies are still here. But for the second time in 6 years, last time it was Ron, it was JJ, it was Bloodfish. This time around, Animal and Father Ron, the spirit has left their body. You hear a faint cry from the tower. All right, looks like we are grabbing the dead and moving on to a quick preview of Crowley's Farm Part 3 tonight. Very similar to several years ago, but a little bit different because we had the swamp instead of the desert. So if you enjoyed it, give me 999s and I'll give you a quick playback of what you can expect to look at next week when we do Quest. Enjoy, everybody.